This is the Netflix one-month overview reading for the month of November 2023. It's currently September 23rd, 2023, 10:14 p.m. Eastern Time. Netflix at the time of this reading is currently in extended hours $379.65. That's USD. And the shuffle file that we're about to play for the Netflix November reading was created on September 3rd, 2023 at 3:18 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video right here. So this is overall a bullish... This is overall like the bullish behavior throughout the month. It is kind of mixed, and I think we may end up at the very end with like a really sharp drop that might take us into a lowest low again. It's possible. So a lot of bullish behavior that turns south at the very end of the month. It looks like the overall trend is the Sun card. When we look at the one year reading, the Sun card goes hand in hand with three of the cards in the cluster for the November reading. It's a pretty strong indication of bullish behavior. Behavior around the highest highs for the month, high or highs, is going to be a failed attempt to break through key resistance on the scale of at least the 1 month chart, followed by a decline through key support on a multi-day scale. That'll be near the high, and then behavior around the low will have the completion of a rally followed by a decline through a key support level on a multi-day scale, and that does look like it takes place over here towards the end of the month. Before we get into the best trade that we see, or the best trades that we see, as well as the highs and the lows to the day and the overall chart behavior, let's take a look and see how we're doing for September thus far. So it looks like I was a little bit off on the lowest low, but we did have a lowest low somewhere around, and the thing is, for whatever reason, I missed this double X, but this double X in a lot of cases is going to indicate a lowest low. Very often the double X is incorporated into the lowest low. Oh, I have it there. It's there. It's already there. So we pretty much nailed the lows here. Well, I should say that this is also this also indicates this stone right here in a lot of cases an important low or high. So looks like we probably were within a day of the lowest low for the month, provided that we turn around when we have a notable move on the 26th to the upside. Doesn't look like it's going to be a highest high. Looks like the highest high ended up being here at the beginning of the month. It looks like a lot of the September ones, I missed that first high and caught the second high as a possible highest high, but we do have that second prominent peak or crest here on the 11th, and that takes place there on the 11th. A sharp drop on the 11th, well, the next day anyways. Yeah, so this is looking pretty solid, provided that we turn around and this 28th here ends up being a lowest low. This is a pretty solid reading. All right, so it looks like we have a highest high thus far around the 3rd. There's like a resistance level highlighted throughout the first two to the 3rd, where we have like, it may be the same resistance that's highlighted multiple times, or may not be, but there's resistance highlighted like on a multi-day scale all 3 days. And then on the 3rd, it's an important resistance level on at least a 1 month chart at least. And a lot of ground is usually covered when you see the Ace of Swords and a high and a low significator correlation, which is what we have here. In a lot of cases, you'll have the high and the low not actually taking place on the day of the Ace of Swords, but rather like right around it, and it takes a couple of days. And it looks like we probably there's a trough at the end of the day on the 12th, on the 2nd. There's a trough at the end of the day on the 3rd, and then we probably move to the upside. I think we probably have a peak or crest. If we don't have a highest high on the 3rd, then it's very likely going to be on the 7th, or it may be that we see the high on the 3rd and the 7th, but it's going to be around there. The highest high thus far, I should say. And then we drop pretty notably, it looks like overnight into the 8th, maybe even sooner than overnight, but there's a lowest low there, or lowest low thus far, I should say there. That forms when we have a failed attempt to break through key resistance that we expect to break through on a multi-day scale, followed by a decline through key support, and that key support decline takes us into a lowest low, and then that's on the 9th, 10th, I'm also picking up on possibility of a lowest low here. I know we had some sort of like low going on around the 8th to the 10th on the S&P 500, and I think we may see another low here on the 10th. It's possible, but there's an important range on a multi-day scale that's highlighted here around the 9th, so it's probably that we have the bottom of a range here on the 8th, and then opportunity here around, you know what, another lowest low possibility here on the 13th. There you go. So that morning of the 13th, we most likely visit the lowest low or have the same lowest low or have a lower one, but that'll be in a period of volatility, and that period of volatility will end with a fast sudden move higher. It looks like we revisit a support level that was an opportunity somewhere around the 13th, 14th, and that is most likely the support level that we see as the lowest low thus far here around the 7th or the 8th. At the end of the day on the 14th, big move to the upside. As far as trades, before we go any further, I think probably the best trade is to get into 50% of a short position here on the 3rd at an important technical price level of resistance on a multi-day scale. Okay, on a multi-day scale, I would open up maybe 50% of a position at that price level around the 3rd. It's like we end lower at the end of the day on the 3rd. There's a move to the upside on the 6th, ends on the 7th, and we decline pretty notably here around the 7th into the 8th to a lowest low there. Around the morning of the cusp of the 7th or the 8th at a lowest low thus far, that's where I would exit out of a short position. Empress card often indicates an opportunity to open up a long position. I think it's associated with this labradorite chip over here on the morning of the 13th. We most likely have an opportunity at a lowest low where we're revisiting the low from the 8th. It's around the 13th or on around the 13th, but that's an opportunity to open up a long position. I'll get into where I see to close that long position in the paid version. Before we even get into that, take the information from that trade at the beginning of the month, make some money, and then come back here and make sure that you follow the rule of karma as a token of goodwill. What we're looking to do is transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill, and we do that by taking 5% of the profits that we make from the information on this channel and donating it forward to one of these charities. It's so easy. Just click here and donate. It's so easy, and they're really great charities. You can help save the world, and somebody's world will be saved by this. And then make sure to send 5% of the profits back to the channel. You'll be saving my world, my friends, and giving me incentive to keep doing this. If I don't see profits come through, there's no point. Like, I need to be able to make money and produce this goodwill. So those are both super important. It leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that money out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you're an angel investor in the channel, the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold through this channel.
My friends, for those of you interested in the paid version, it's a great way to support the channel. You go to our website, tarotfortraders.com. Under our services, SOMeta Posts, scroll down to monthly subscription and click here to order. So these are all the tickers and crypto that we cover on a monthly basis. You can subscribe to any one of these individually. However, if you're interested in more than one, or you're interested in the Amazon or the Google subscription, highly recommend getting the 30 days access to all paid monthly. Gives you access to all of these and ones that you don't see here, like Google and Amazon. They have the remainder of the month's chart behavior, as well as the best trades that we see throughout the month, highs and lows. If there's any price information, you'll find it there as well in the paid version. And we remember the names of everybody that goes ahead and subscribes to a paid version of monthly, because these are the people that are providing the peace of mind that we need to continue moving forward and growing the channel. Much appreciation to all of you for that, my friends. Blessings.
I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay tuned if you got the paid version.